strange world, isn't it, when you think about it, in the world of Harry and Meghan. Seemingly, of course, they do not want to relinquish any connection with royalty. And as we've discussed many times here on the show, you can understand that. It plays incredibly well with the US-American market and indeed the Australian market. And now Meghan herself has come out of that Greta Garbo-style hiding. You really do need all the publicity, all the interest in them that they can muster. But it is apparent, isn't it, that, Harry and Meghan really do not have any self-awareness, because when you think about it, time and time again, it's not just on channels like this, but across the mainstream media, magazines, whatever, it appears that they've worn out their welcome mat within the British monarchy. What I find fascinating about this is that clearly they've not given up the ghost, as they say, to make a move back into the world of royalty. Let me explain. Lovely to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for your company. Yes, I know, I'm talking to you. Yeah, absolutely. I'll have a wave. You all right? Thank you. Nice to have your company, as I say. Now, what's interesting here, by the way, can I just thank you for the lovely comments about the bag? Yes. Yeah, well, that created a bit of can of worms, didn't it? I know, it's funny, isn't it? What is now a sort of cult item, I guess you'd call it. I think in my day it would have been those top trump cards. Do you remember? You had to have those. But of course, fashion really never goes out of style. As one person pointed out, £15 for a canvas bag. I thought, that's my sort of person. I wouldn't be paying it. But apparently everybody wants to be seen with one. My motto is, if everybody wants to be seen with one, then you shouldn't. You be different. Get a little bag. Yeah, far cheaper as well. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. The news broke, didn't it, that of course the British Army were a little bit too, shall we say, early to surmise that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, would be making a return to said deals, etc. Now, I don't blame them, everybody's having a go. They would have just undergone the normal instruction and it's gone out there. They're not trying to create trouble at all. You just have to remember that. But what is interesting, what's developed, is simply this, because as you know, Harry is still battling on with the security for his wife and his two children. And what's interesting about this is that now, they truly believe that this would be a show of unity. Remember, he talked about in that ABC interview recently how, of course, it would be good, it brings families together, all of that sort of stuff. And of course, he loves his family and he misses them, etc. The one thing that would prove to the world, apparently, that they miss him and they are a forgiving family would be for them all to be united. Yes. What better place, though, to unite everybody in front of a public gaze, perhaps even on the balcony of Trooping the Colour? You get it? Right. Now, what's interesting here is that Harry has basically told, shall we say, very well-placed sources that, if it's looking a little bit depleted, then why not simply invite himself, Meghan, and perhaps even those children? Yes, that's right, to stand in a show of unison alongside his recovering in health father, King Charles III. Now, you might say that this is a very noble gesture from someone who's had a bit of a tough time in the media. And let's not forget, of course, His Majesty the King, the Duchess of York and Catherine, Princess of Wales, have all had very tough times, literally on personal levels. But you see, it's interesting, isn't it? They don't want to let go, and they see that being on a very powerful platform where the rest of the world would show the rest of the world that there's a line drawn, it's moved underneath, and more importantly, the deal is, well, we're all back. We're all loving each other, and we're all the best of friends. But how long would that last? And truly, would anyone wish to stand next to them on that balcony knowing it could all be monetised at some later point? As ever, allegedly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.